Hi friends, today I'm going to do a pairing video and it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to pair Oracle decks with two different tarot decks. And I had this idea because last night I was just kind of playing around. They're the two newest tarot decks to my space. And I was like, well, it's about time I try to find some Oracle pairings for both of these decks. Now, the Oracle pairings are going to be used individually with each of these decks. I'm not going to be using all of these decks together, but because these two decks are the newest to my space, I just kind of wanted to go through the decks that I have already on my shelf to see which ones work with each of them. And there's definitely going to be some in this list that work for one and not for the other, or vice versa. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because the Desert Illuminations Tarot is the Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle deck is going to work really well with it. And I don't have that. And I don't want to buy it because I know I'm only going to use it with this deck. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go through my decks and see which ones I have that'll work with it. And while I'm here, I'll test it out with the other new ones. So I started doing it on my floor last night and I was like, you know what? Oh, this is like a total missed opportunity. Like I should be filming this. So I got through, I think, 2 in the stack. And then I was like, stop. This is prime content. Prime content. So I stopped and I'm going to film it. So it might be a little all over the place. One of the things I thought I would do is, because I wasn't really sure how this is going to look, I made like a little old school document where we have Ancient Greek on this side and the Desert Illuminations on this side, and I'm going to draw lines to see where we land at the end of this. So that'll be interesting to see. So we're hoping to scratch the Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle itch and hopefully find something already in my space that I can connect with the Desert Illuminations, but also, while we're at it, the Ancient Greek Tarot. So this is your nudity warning. The Ancient Greek Tarot does have nudity. If that's not your jam, totally get it. But let's get started. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this because, like I said, some of these decks are going to be very different. So the first one I have on the list is a Greek Oracle. So I figured we would start with that and see how we go. So the first one on the list is the Abaton Keys. So I've talked a lot about this recently, but in case you're not sure, pretty sure the website to obtain this deck is pattyalan.ca or .com. It is a Greek oracle, which is why I thought maybe it would work for the Ancient Greek Tarot, but I am not sure. So the backs are, not great, but that's okay. Let's see what ends up happening here. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords with struggle. So this Oracle deck has different colored borders, which is where I kind of thought, like here we have a blue on blue, darker blue, purple. So that doesn't look too terrible. But then we have these PG borders, which I don't know. So obviously it's a collage deck. I don't think it's going to go with the artwork. Health with the 4 of Swords and Judgment. And now we have 2 blue cards. Maybe we'll get a blue. Oh yeah, we have a blue border. Lead with the 8 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. How are we feeling about the collage type artwork with this deck? Now this card is I think this card would go because it's not overly collagey. Harmony, 3 of Cups and 5 of Swords. Well, that's kind of pretty. How are we feeling about this? I'm on the fence. I'm gonna say no. strictly because of the collage artwork. Now, service, 6 of Wands and 4 of Wands. Interesting. Simply because I think that there's other decks on the list that are going to do better. Cure, 10 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I wouldn't refuse to work with these together. But it also wouldn't be a first pick. I'm not going to try this one with the Desert Illuminations because I know it's not going to go. The whole reason it made this list is because it has a Greek theme and we're with the Ancient Greek Tarot. I already know it's not going to go with the Desert Illuminations. So not going to pair that together. But I think that's going to be a no. Question mark? Oh, this is, I can already tell this is going to be chaos. All right. Next on the list, we have the Chakra Insights Oracle. I have no idea how this is going to look, guys. Like, absolutely no clue. This could be pretty icky. Here are the backs. Oof. I mean, the blue is pretty matchy, but the art style right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna work here. Nudity warning for this one as well, apparently. Oh, but the color is kind of working with that Queen of Pentacles. Sexuality, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Okay. I don't know. Oh, the green is playing nicely. Oh, that green is really playing nicely with the King of Wands. Passion, Queen of Cups and Tower. Interesting. The purple goes really well. But again, I think what's tripping me up is the art style. That's not really doing it for me. Visualization with the 9 of Swords and King of Pentacles. Oh, I think this dog is really not the vibe. The art style of it is really just not. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. But the colors do kind of work. I think if you get this style of card, it'll be okay. Like, that doesn't look bad. But when you get the ones like the dog, it doesn't really fit. Let's try this one. Because it's so colorful, let's try it with the Desert Illuminations. Oh, I don't know how this is going to go, you guys. Ooh, this could be nasty. This doesn't look as terrible as I thought, but it could be because we're on that style of card. Here's a similar one. So let's find, yeah, like that doesn't go, in my opinion. Yeah, nope. Nope, that's a no. I think it's a no for both. I definitely think this is mostly a no for both of those decks. Well, that was interesting because I had no idea how that one was going to play out. This next one, I definitely think it'll go with both, but we're going to see. It's the Feel Your Chakras Oracle. So this deck is rather large, so we're going to cut it in half and just see what happens with this half that we play with. So the backs, like, already is a yes for this deck, but let's see it. How's that green? It's not quite same. I do get narrow-minded with the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. Interesting. This orange is a little bit more burnt orange, I think, than what we're looking for, but it still might work. Oh, see, the greens in this one is going to be a problem. I already know it. I feel emotionally overreactive with the Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I talk, but I am misunderstood with the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Interesting. I like the messages that we're getting from it. I am enjoying that. Now there's some really decent like purple colors in this deck that I kind of want to see, but so here's a red, a little clashy with the pinks. This deck has a lot of pinks in it. Even our chili peppers are a form of pink instead of red. I am giving myself care. Seven of Swords and 10 of Wands. So here's that blue. I talk and I overshare with the Fool and the King of Daggers. Yep. Yeah, really enjoying the messages. Okay, let's see if we could get some colors we haven't seen yet. Okay, this is where I think this is really going to work well together. I see and can excessively daydream. Can relate. So we have the Five of Wands and the Knight of Cups. But that purple, that's where it's at. Now there is a lighter color purple. Let's see if we can... Wow, it's way back there. Okay. This is another one that I think is going to really work well. Yes. I sense my higher self, Page of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. Okay, this is definitely a yes. Absolutely a yes. I see and trust my intuition with the Six of Wands and Knight of Swords. This is a yes. Now, we're going to try it with the other one. I think it's going to be totally the same. I think it's going to be a yes for both. And this is one, I hadn't tried it last night, but it's definitely one that I think it's going to work for both. I think we're okay here. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. This color I think we might have trouble with this deck. Oh, or not, because it looks great with that Six of Cups. I feel aggressive. Death and the Six of Cups. Interesting. This green, I also think, now we've got very blue and purple cards happening, but I think the green might not be amazing. However, I still think we're okay. I still think it works. I love with compassion. Knight of Wands and the Devil. See, like these, the purples in the chakra deck is what is really connecting these two. Yeah, so this one's definitely going to work for both. I sense hyper spiritualization with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Okay, let's try, here's that orange, which is kind of working okay with this one. Yellow also working okay with this one. Did we try a blue? Yeah, that works. Okay, so this one definitely works for both, and I thought that it would. So, yes. Next on our list, I did have it in mind for this deck. I'm not sure about the Desert Illuminations, but we'll give it a go. It's the Intuition Oracle. Now, this is one of those decks where the backs of each of the cards are all different, and then the message is on the other side, which is usually where we find the message, on the other side. But I don't know how this is going to go. So I think it might be too much. I think it might be too much happening. Too busy, perhaps? How do we feel? The colors are working fantastically. The reputable with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords. I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. Yeah, see here I don't know. I think it's too much on the eyes. The Initiator. I overcome resistance and do what must be done now with the Magician and the Seven of Swords. Okay, but the messages though. Yeah, it's a lot happening. It's a lot on the eyes. But then when you do this, I like it. The Teacher, Three of Wands and Queen of Wands. I study and share wisdom with those who will value it. Yeah, this side is it's a lot happening, but then when you flip it, it's so much better. The Worrier, I can handle whatever life brings me with the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords. The Lustful, I embrace my individuality and sexuality as sacred gifts with the Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. You know what? Let's pretend that those backs aren't a thing. Experimenter with the Knight of Cups and the World. I am strong and secure enough to experiment as I see fit. The Seeker with the Six of Swords and Ten of Wands. I seek new friends and experiences to expand my awareness. I like it this way. The messages aren't hitting as well as they usually do for me with this oracle. Storyteller with the Emperor and the Seven of Cups. I have the right to speak because I listen when others speak. Interesting concept. The Improviser, this will be our last one. With the High Priestess and the Fool, I effortlessly adapt to deal with unexpected circumstances. Interesting with Icarus as our Fool here and his fall from grace. Guys, I don't know. I had high hopes for that one, but I don't know. Let's try it. I definitely think the other side is not... I'm not even going to try flipping this over because look, that is not, that's not it. But this side, I mean, the purples, maybe. The traumatized, I acknowledge that I have been traumatized, but also that I am healing. Okay, so we already did that set here. So with the Knight of Wands and the Hermit, ooh, that's an interesting message. All right, these greens, I told you they're going to be a problem. I keep putting these decks on top of the other one. I know love has come to unite me with my beloved. Two of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. The Nurturer with the Two of Swords and the Emperor. I deserve to feel nurtured because I give care to those I cherish. I don't know. I don't know if the messages are doing it for me here. The Leaders with the Two of Cups and Judgment. I know how to lead because I know what needs to be done. Interesting. How are we feeling about the color with... I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is too purpley. I did like this side though with the Ancient Greek. The Joyful with the Sun and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, what does that mean for our list? You know what? I think I liked the one side, so we'll stick with... I didn't anticipate this problem, but I'll say it's a yes for this side with the ancient Greek, but I don't really like it with the Desert Illuminations, and that's okay. I think that's okay. We're allowed to do that. The next one. Oh, I'm so excited to try this one. I'm going to try it with both. I have a feeling it's going to work better with one. We'll see. Modern Goddess Oracle by Ethony. I'm so excited to try this one, you guys. This was not one of the two that I had tested last night, but it was at the top of the list of ones that I thought would work the best. So this deck has archetypes as well as goddesses, so we might come across some archetypes in here. The backs? Ugh, nope. I mean, the color-wise, yes, but immediately I don't know if I like it together. Hell with the star and the 10 of Cups. Okay, so here's one of those archetypes. Oh, and we've got some orangey, yellowy cards to pair with it. The Warrior with Strength and the 3 of Wands. Okay. You know what though? I don't think the vibe of Desert Illuminations is goddess energy. So I'm gonna stop there because I just don't think a goddess deck is gonna be what we pair with Desert Illuminations. It's just not gonna be, it's not it. However, I feel like this is very goddess energy. Demeter with the Hanged Man and the Moon, which is interesting because Demeter has to be in this uncomfortable space where she's without her daughter for half the year, and she's not a happy camper about it. So she's going to have to be in that uncomfortable position for a little bit. I like that. Pandora. So Pandora is also in this deck. I think Demeter is as well. So there may be some interesting crossovers, which I like. Pandora with the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Oh, I might butcher this name. Pachamama with the Hierophant and the 9 of Wands. So I'm not familiar with this particular goddess. So this is one I'd have to go to the guidebook for to see how that message connects, if it does. Saraswati with the 5 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm liking those together. You know what? I like this one. I am quite enjoying this pairing. I think they will work well together. Again, this is something I would have to go to the guidebook with to see how the messages connect. You know, maybe once I start doing that, although that Demeter one I feel like was kind of hit. Let's see if we can get another Greek one. Yeah. This is going to be a yes for this one. But again, I don't think so with the Desert Illuminations because I don't know that a goddess deck is exactly the vibe for the Desert Illuminations. The Desert Illuminations kind of gives me like a fun, quirky, I don't know, it's just a little maybe spicy, not spicy in the sexy kind, but spicy in like the zingy kind. That's kind of where I feel. And I don't know that goddess energy is going to work with that. Okay, this next one. I have been working with this next one a little bit So I already kind of know the answer, and it's the Prism Oracle. I think it's going to work for both. Intuition with the Ace of Cups and the Star. Okay, so now we have like an orangey red card with cards that have no orange and red. Stop. With Justice and the Two of Cups. Eight of Wands with Rest, very interesting, and the Eight of Cups, also very interesting. Anger with the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And now we shuffle. So we have Hunger with the World and the Three of Cups. Energy with the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess. Confidence with the Ten of Wands and the Hanged Man. I do like this together. This is, I mean, I think it's hard for this deck not to match other colorful decks. So I think this one is a no-brainer. Passion with the Ace of Swords and the Tower. Whoa, that is a very yellow card. Determination with the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I like it. And we'll do this one, Growth with the Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this one's going to work for both. Growth with the Three of Pentacles is perfect. Okay, right off the bat, we get one of these pink cards. And I did say there's a lot of pink in the Desert Illuminations, but this pink isn't quite right. It's kind of a little clashy here in my opinion, but Sweetness with the Four of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, a little clashy with that pink. Illumination with the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Sadness with the Devil and the Ace of Cups. So this is the pairing I've kind of been working with the most lately. I mean, by the most, I mean, it's out of this list, it's the one I was like, yes, we're going to try this. So I'm really happy with this pairing. Happiness, World 3, Mystery, World 3, Cups. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking this one works for both of them. We are happy. Frustration with the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Like, I feel like the messages are just really coming forward here. That pink though. Ugh. Comfort with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Pain with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Now this deck, I was hoping, oh, it's right here. Here's this weird green one, and I thought it would match with the aliens. Does it? It's not terrible. Yeah, definitely don't mind it. So this one, I'm 100% going to say it works for both of them, which makes me so happy because I'm really enjoying that Prism Oracle right now. Okay, this next one, I honestly have no idea. I had it in mind mostly for the Ancient Greek one, but since Desert Illuminations is here, we might as well. This is what we're doing. This is the point of it. So it's the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Like I said, I know, I'm not sure. Ugh, I already know this is not gonna go well. But we're playing. We're just playing. Nope. Nope. Also, nope. Yeah. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. not the vibe. Not the vibe at all. So let's try it with the ancient Greek. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of nervous because I thought it would work with the ancient Greek, but seeing this, I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. Community with 7 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles and community, yeah. Change with 2 of Swords and 2 of Wands. This one I think will probably go because it's pretty generic. You know what? When I look at it in person, it's not that great, but when I look on my screen, it looks better than it does in person for some reason. I think it's the white border. I think that the white border is the only thing even remotely salvaging this situation. But at the end of the day, I think it's a no. Leadership with the 5 of Wands and the Sun. Interesting. Purification. We have a sunflower with the Sun. Interesting. Yeah, I think the white borders are tripping me up a little bit and making me, they're deluding me into thinking that they might go, but they don't. Wow. Okay. Well, focus. 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Well, lesson learned there. That's a no. It's not as like matchy as I thought we would be kind of coming up with a lot more pairings, but does not seem to be the case here, friends. Okay, this next one, I know it goes with this deck, and I know it's probably not going to go with the Desert Illuminations. We have one of these little rock pool guys, Sea Melodies. I mean, we have like sirens, mermaids. In these little rock pool, they're really difficult to not go with things. Although this one is very sea themed, under Sea Melodies, under the sea. Not hard to come to that conclusion. And I don't think that the Desert Illuminations has under the sea vibes. So communicate with the 10 of Cups and 6 of Swords. Rescue with the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. Help others in need or ask for assistance when you need it. Even the colors I feel like are decent protection with the King of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Wild with the 9 of Wands and Page of Swords. Listen. 8 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. This will be our last one. Change with Page of Cups and 4 of Cups. Also interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to try this one with the Desert Illuminations because it's not, like I said, a sea theme is not going to go with a desert theme. This one could be messy. This one could be really messy. I don't know what I was thinking, but the Seasons of the Witch. I have like the Samhain and the Yule. I don't think those are the vibe. Oh. I'm not sure that this one's going to be the vibe either. No. I'm not feeling it, guys. Earth Worship with the Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. B with the Queen of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, the artwork is just not matching, and I know it's not going to match with Desert Illumination, so we're not going to try that one. I don't know. I just thought maybe. I thought maybe, but no, this is one of those situations where it's like, girl, what were you thinking? Did you really think that would be a good idea? Briefly, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, this next one I should have just done with the previous one. Secret Garden, another little mini rock pool. Yeah, garden theme, Greek theme. I think it's gonna go. Again, kind of difficult not to with these little rock pool guys. Self-care. 9 of Cups and the Fool. Persevere with the Magician and the 6 of Wands. Leave no stone unturned. Surprises with the 3 of Wands and the Star. I like that. Success with the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Like that as well. Be present with Judgment and the 10 of Swords. Use the hours, don't count them. Interesting. Opportunity with 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Interesting. There's no use looking for luck. It arrives at unexpected times. Yeah. So this is a yes. Again, I'm not even going to try it for Desert Illuminations because it's not going to, like, a garden theme with a desert. Also kind of, I mean, if it was the right garden, sure, but not this garden, I don't think. This next one, I have no idea. I absolutely have no clue. I had it in mind for both, but I don't know. It's the Pocket Archetypes. I don't know. Forest with 9 of Swords and 7 of Wands. This is another oracle that I have to go to the book for. It's funny that we have the box with the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, but this 5 of Pentacles features Pandora, who opened a box she shouldn't have opened. And 3 of Swords along with Pandora's message. The Mother. With the Knight of Cups and the 5 of Cups. Aesthetically, how are we feeling? Because I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It could be the white border saving it again. I think also the size is helping. The Poet with Strength and Justice. Interesting. The Temple with the Devil and the 8 of Wands. I'm wondering if this might be a scenario where it goes better with Desert Illuminations. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. The Riddle with the Devil and the 8 of Wands. Riddle with Knight of Wands and King of Cups. I don't hate it, but I'm not sure. I feel like last night my energy was so much more excited about all of these. And I feel like with that energy, I would have been more inclined to say yes to more of them. But here, I don't know. We only have one more set of cards here before we have to reshuffle. So we have the Mystic with the Hermit and the Chariot. Or the Stone. What are we thinking? Guys, like I said, I kind of thought there'd be more clear answers at this point. We'd have more yeses for sure, but I don't know. We'll give it a go with the Desert Illuminations because I think it might work as well, like just the way the colors are. I think we might be okay. The Hunter with Justice in the Chariot. Interesting. The Offering with the moon and the magician. See, these super watercolory ones, the art style doesn't work, but the color does. So I'm kind of like torn here. Offering with the moon and the magician. I like that message though. Threshold with death and the hanged man. Interesting as well. I'm liking the messages here. The Self with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. The Thread. Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Like, that looks kind of pretty. The Nectar with the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I don't know why, but I am really liking this one together. Really liking it. I think I'm going to say this one goes for both. The Prayer with the Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to say this one goes for both. I might watch this back in editing and be like, ugh, no. But right now I'm feeling it. The One with the Empress and the Queen of Wands. And I think, is this the first time we're shuffling the Desert Illuminations? I think it is. The Father with Strength and the Seven of Pentacles. You know what? I think I like these together. I think I do. I think this is tentatively, I'm going to say both for the Wild Unknown archetypes. Tentatively, we're going with it matches both. Last one on the list. I kind of feel like this one's going to go with both. Mentally, in my head, it matches both. The Sacred Self-Care. Maybe not quite the purple we're looking for, but... Oh. Oh no. All right, Rest with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. All right, looking for fairies isn't exactly the vibe of the Desert Illuminations either. Black and black, don't mind that. I'm not sure what it means to me to look for fairies. Maybe be playful, be childlike, inner child work, which can work for the Nine of Swords. Seven of Wands, sure, but I don't know if I like this is giving cutesy, and I don't see Desert Illuminations as cutesy. You know? Ground yourself with the Nine of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. I mean, grounding with Pentacles, sure, but yeah, this isn't doing what I thought it would, everyone. Massage. Okay, Massage with Judgment in the Moon. I don't know what that means. This deck, I typically use it on its own, so it's already kind of bothering me with the tarot messages. I don't know how chanting relates to the Lovers and Death. I really don't. Interesting combo, Lovers and Death, though. Okay, you know what? My headspace is not with this one. We're gonna go with no. Be Still with someone stuck on the train tracks with the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Little disappointed because I honestly did think it was gonna work, but it's just not. It's not doing it for me. Maybe you guys are watching this and you're like, what do you mean? Yes, it absolutely goes. It's not doing it for me. So we're gonna give it a go. Now I'm scared that it might not go with the Ancient Greek either, but we'll try. Yeah, see, how can I make a meal with the King of Swords and Queen of Swords? Maybe make a meal with the people who you think match these energies? Build strength with the Seven of Swords and Three of Wands. I mean, I don't mind that with our Odysseus the situation that Odysseus is in this card. Read with the Ten of Pentacles and the Tower. I mean, these two are going. They're working together. Deep breathing with the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Yeah, sure. Deep breathing can help you get out of that Three of Swords headspace. But for me, this oracle, like I said, I don't really, you know, if I was to use it with tarot, it might be like an end of reading, kind of like, okay, what's something I can physically do to help myself? Make a vision board. I don't know that I would necessarily relate it to, it depends on what the message was. It really depends. Oh, this one I don't think is going to go at all. Oh my God, I can't believe I had such high hopes for this one. And it's just not sitting right for me. It really isn't. I'm going to say this is a no for both. And it's not because of aesthetics, it's just because of the message for me. Like, how I work with this oracle isn't doing it. I'm going to say no for both. I did not think that was going to happen. So I have a couple others that I thought about that are not on my list. So I'm going to have to add them because they kind of just popped into my head. So this is my Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Again, no idea. I have no idea. Mine is in a sort of order, so I'm going to try and keep it that way. What are we thinking? What do we think? The World and the Magician with Inspiration. Yes. Aesthetically, Discrimination, Three of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Indecision with Two of Wands and the Star. Guys, I'm not sure. Flirtation, Two of Swords, High Priestess. Birth with the Lovers and Justice. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if the artwork is doing it for me. However, romance with the Two of Cups and the Empress. This might be a maybe. Submission with the Nine of Swords and Judgment. Okay. Detachment with the Knight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Affair with the Four of Pentacles and Four of Swords. Fulfillment with the Devil and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so messages, I'm going to say this one works. Art style, I don't know, but this one, I love the keywords. I think they're super basic, but I think like I like my basic keywords, guys. What can I say? I like my basic keywords. Do we think it'll go with Desert Illuminations? I don't think so, but let's try it. I mean, we're here. Maybe the keywords will work. Who knows? Isolation. I know we already did the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords, but I'm thinking, okay, the art style is an absolute no. Inheritance with the Two of Cups and King of Cups. Risk with the Sun and the Six of Cups. Yeah, this one just isn't quite hitting. eccentricity with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this one's just not doing it. Riches, Page of Cactus, and Three of Swords. Yeah, this is a no. And the last one I thought of, I did think of it for the Ancient Greek, but maybe it'll go with both. The Reclaim Oracle? Am I crazy? I like the black. I'm digging the black. Okay, this is super high. It might mess with our focus, so we're gonna take some down. Take it down. I don't think I have ever pulled this card, Fairness. Four of Wands and the Hierophant. Validation with the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know that this pink is right. Denial with the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. I don't, the green isn't kind of sitting, the alien green isn't sitting well with me either. Rage with the Magician and the Seven of Cups. Release with the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. I am not feeling it. I don't think that they match. Inhibition, Knight of Daggers, King of Daggers. And we'll do this last one, Worry, with the Hermit and the Star. Okay, well that's okay. I don't mind this colorway. It's just when we get those weird greens that take over the Desert Illumination cards where I'm kind of like, ugh. All right, let's try it with, I think it'll go really well with the Ancient Greek. Maybe. I want to set myself up for failure here. Security with the Hierophant and the Four of Cups. See that this pink matches so much better, I think, with this deck than the Desert Illuminations. Patience with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Confidence with the Five of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. I also think the black is working here as well. Envy with the Fool and the Six of Pentacles. That's an interesting message. And here's kind of one of those situations where we don't really have pink at all in our two tarot cards. And I think it's still okay. Control. Six of Wands, Nine of Wands. Yeah, like look at the pink with our backs. Although the camera's washing out the pink on the backs of the Ancient Greek. Expression. See, like with the little sprigs of plants and sprigs of olives, it's working. Expression with Ace of Cups and Chariot. Like it? Yeah, I think I like this one. Ooh, I'm glad I thought of this one last minute. Trust with the Knight of Swords and the Sun. Limitation. Ace of Wands and Six of Cups. Surrender. King of Wands and Eight of Cups. I think it looks really good with the blue too. Courage with the Nine of Cups and Three of Cups. Interesting. Sincerity. Five of Wands and the Hanged Man. Oh, that's an interesting message to unpack. Okay, I think we're going to end there. Okay, so here's where we've landed. We have 3 decks that match the Desert Illuminations. Not great. Ones we've abandoned altogether is the Abaton Keys, the Chakra Insights, Sacred Destiny, Beltane, Sacred Self-Care, which like maybe I will change my mind at some point about that one, but maybe I should have filmed it last night when I was like in the right headspace to film this, but who knows? We'll never know. I honestly expected more than 3 for the Desert Illuminations. The Feel Your Chakras, the Prism, and the Archetypes. If you guys disagree and you think I should give another deck a chance, let me know, because I'll try it. I mean, I had high hopes for Desert Illuminations here. Oh, whoops. What are we doing? Let's not confuse the masses. I had really high hopes for Desert Illuminations, and indeed. But anyway, that's where we landed. That's what we've ended up with. Not amazing, not as great as I thought. Way more for the Ancient Greek than I was expecting as well. That is interesting to me, but oh well. That's that. So thanks for hanging out with me while I did a very chaotic pairing video for 2 incredibly different decks. But again, I was like, this is content, so let's give her a go. Let's film it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.